What? Taking city rallies? Let's go in KvK2. This is going to be the video that's going to talk about one of the craziest KvK2s ever. I streamed a bunch of it over the weekend. We've been fighting like crazy. 5 days of Zone 6 fighting in a KvK2. What? We were fighting 2 Imperiums. Oh my God, we were having so much fun. We're going to go through it all. We're going to go through city swarms. We're going to go through rally reports and garrisons. We were defending 3 passes at once. We finally got our Zone 6 invaded when we couldn't hold 4 passes. You see here, I'm taking city rallies. It was madness. So we hook it up in 4028 as we went against 4030 and 4039, the 2 Imperiums, and we had a blast doing it. So stick around while we talk about it all right now. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadski. You are looking live at KvK2. This is a Zone 6 that's now getting invaded. I'll go through all that in a second, but before I do, click that like button. Helps out the video, helps out the channels a ton. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit the subscribe button. I got to update that. We're up to 84,000 subscribers now. Let's go. And we're in the middle of our $10 Flux giveaway. For our video giveaway, every single video, all you got to do to enter to win is comment down in the comment section. And I give away a $10 Flux every video. So from our previous video that talked about the KvK2 server, I got this from KvK. I love this part of the Rock community. It's so amazing. So many people do so much to help players. As always, amazing video, Chadski. Thank you. You bet. And speaking of that, KvK2, that's Dom and Evergreen server. Great tool for anybody playing Rise of Kingdoms. Also, my server link is down in the description, and you can check that out as well. So if you want to enter to win that $10 Flux for next video, all you got to do is comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this KvK. Well, here is the KvK, okay? It's a KvK2, and I always used to refer to KvK2s as the drunk KvK, right? Because it's just betrayals and stuff going everywhere. But this stayed pretty mundane and pretty simple, okay? You have 4039 and 4030 who allied, okay? Now, whether or not they pre-allied, that's up for debate. Sure looks like they might have, but whatever, not a big deal. We all agreed to the allies in Diplo, and we went and rocked and rolled. From there, they took 4032, which was the weakest camp, and then they took on the 5 kingdoms of 4026, 4028, 4034, 4027, and 4038. And so that's how it played out. So we took the other 4 kingdoms, and they were pretty limited. Now, the first fighting we really got in this KvK is in this Zone 6 right now. Not a whole lot of fighting in Zone 5s, okay? And we're going to go through all the stats and kind of show you guys, but Zone 6 opened up last Friday. We're on day 5, and we went and collided with 4030 here, and we were colliding with 4039 here. We were fighting 2 fronts, had to get 4039 out of this matcha Zone 6, and then we got into their Zone 5, and then we pushed up into their Zone 6 and cut them. But by then, 4030 had done what they needed to do by taking Dembroco, and then they got into Zone 5. They were able to drop a fort here, as you can see, and then they went in and cleared us out of this zone. So then we hooked up right here. And we sat on this pass over here. We sat on this pass here and this pass here. And we sat there for, or I'm sorry, these 2 passes and this pass. This one just got in. And we sat there for 2 days and took on rallies on all 3 at the same time at times, okay? And so from there, just crazy reports. And guys, you're in KvK2. Okay, we've got a new kingdom with new players, all right? And to ask our players to go fight this for 5 days straight and reinforce and do all the things, this has been exceptional. It's just a crazy KvK. We've had so much fun doing it and kept the spirits high. We knew that the odds were against us when we're going up against 2 Imperiums. One of the Imperiums is hiring a war leading and piloting service. I mean, golly, we were going up against all kinds of odds, but that doesn't matter. That's not a big deal. We know that we're going to go into this, and now that young kingdoms in KvK2 have to deal with SOC caliber, aspects to the game when it comes to that, and other people and other services coming to help war lead and coming to help territory, coming to help pilot, that's fine. Whatever. That's not an excuse. We don't do excuses here. We just have fun and go do it. And we did an amazing job. And so from there, credit to 4030 and 4039. They had enough in the tank to get one of our passes, obviously, here. Then 4030 was able to jump into here. So we're in here, locked in with our one allies that helped out and survived. Now, when it comes to some of these other kingdoms, 4038 is the ally that we've been fighting with the most because we're right next to him. 4034, 4027, 4026, man, they did the best they could. They could only last for about a day and a half, and they were kind of tapped out. Their leadership was good, and they did the best that they could, honestly. There was just so much capacity that you got when you're playing against massive kingdoms. And so we went head-to-head, and we went crazy on a lot of these passes. I've got so many reports and to go through. But before we got to that, all right, they dropped this this fort right here in zone 5, okay? And they're trying to get up into our zone 6. This would have been pass number 4 that they're rallying at the same time. So we knew that was going to be hard. Well, I was random porting around, and I was doing the absolute best I could to try to get players off of this area because they random ported in. Okay, so you had a bunch of 30, 40, 50 million power cities random porting in. So what do? I go random port around and start trying to swarm cities to get them out of there. And it is crazy what we were able to do. I was just finding city after city, whatever. Go find them, go swarm them down, just one after another after another. And this went on, oh my gosh, nonstop forever. Finding cities to go swarm. Actually, I need to increase the speed on this thing. There we go. And so finding cities to go swarm was so much fun. People were trying to keep me from swarming it, but my whole goal was to get these people teleported out. So these poor guys that don't have much power that they were asked to random port in, they really did a good job of not taking too many deads. But I went and swarmed probably 15 cities and got a bunch of RSS from them and tried to inflict as much damage as I could. And so we did that nonstop all the time, swarming all the cities that we could. What happened was I got a whole bunch. Look at this. I'm swarming this city. So from there, we were going to cook a lot of these different cities, and I was trying to just get them to teleport out. That was my main goal. Okay, and so what happened was I got a lot of them to teleport out, and then I got a god tier random port here. It took me 200, and I was trying to get them off this fort. 4038 in the green, our allies had the territory around. They were trying to get them off the fort, but they did a good job. 4030 did a really good job of holding strong there and getting that fort built, and we knew they were going to build up to this pass 5, and it was going to be very, very difficult, which it was, and we couldn't hold all 4 passes at once. So for 2 days, we held this pass, and this pass, and they couldn't get through. And then we finally, when they hit the 4th pass, we didn't have enough range. We didn't have enough people to be able to do this. They had spent it all, and it was crazy. So with that, let's talk about some of these reports that we saw from these pass rallies, from these counter rallies. It was just madness. It was crazy. So when we go through here, hold on. Let me pull this up. This was a Yagami, and he and Dom were running the pass garrison against a Pyrrhus CJ. Guys, Pyrrhus CJ with the pincer is cracked. And I'm going to show you probably the best, oh my gosh, the best Constantine I've ever seen in the K2. And along with that, the best rally of a Pyrrhus CJ I've ever seen, because Ryan and our kingdom just went ham. Okay, but look at these. We're running this stuff. Ryan is just cooking this account like, holy geez, we're just having a great time doing it. We took double rallies that were crazy. Here's another one with Zur and Ryan holding down that pass. And then this was another one that we had, just guys getting cooked. And then we had Clyde's pass that really, really did well against a Cav rally. And this is what we saw for 2 straight days. We're just trading positive, going crazy, and just hooking it up and killing so many troops. Here's another one with Clyde that really did well. And here's one that I had cooking on a counter rally. Yeah, that's right. Martel CPO Epic is crazy on counter rallies. Like, look at this thing. We were just doing crazy stuff, and look at the trade, 53 million kill points to 19 million. We were running all this stuff. There was another one I ran of that. And then it was wild what we were able to see. Okay. And in addition to that, let me come over here because there was one other one I wanted to show you. And I also wanted to show you what my boy Ryan had sent us. Where is Ryan? There he is. This might be the greatest setup I've ever seen. Number one, he's got damn near everything critted tier 5, right? This is insane for a KvK2. It's insane. Insanity to have a tier 5 helmet and a weapon, have tier 5 pants, have a tier 5 chest set that does more damage to rallied armies and garrisons, and then look at his pincer. He originally started out in Wedge, and he was running Constantine with YSG, and then, man, we just saw that CJ was just crushing. So he was getting double rallies run on him, and it did not matter because this dude was just freaking cooking it. There was nothing anybody could do. They were running double rallies, and it was just madness, just absolute madness. Let me pull this down real quick, and I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to take a photo of this image real quick. Everybody bear with me because this past rally was absolutely crazy, and this was the biggest pass rally in the KvK. Let me see. Let me go up here, pull this down. I'm going to add these to it. Hold on. Bear with me 2 seconds. And okay, here it was. And so from here, when you come back, let me look at this and show you guys. Okay, this was the overall pass rally that was being double rallied. Okay, Ryan's just cooking everybody. All right, against the this is against the tank rally. Okay, look how well he's trading. Wait, hold on, that's it. Here it is. This is against the DPS rally. All right, and he's trading positive against Red Paladin's rally. Okay, then this is against the tank rally, and he's just smoking it. And that's a double rally you're getting. And then the overall trade's just absolutely crazy. 230 million kill points to 137. Like, what? The AoE was wild. So this dude has like the best setup I've ever seen. Like the best set. He's got charge over here on Pincer 2, which we know is crazy good. Look at the stats he's got. Insane. He's got Bulwark over here on a special inscription. He's got Tidebreaker at the 12.5% boost to smite damage. And then he's got Bludgeon over here with perfect rolls. Look at this. This dude is out of control good. Ryan is a crazy good player. Let me see here if I can set this up. Let me see and show you guys his let me see. Where is he? Where's my guy? He just said it to me. There he is. Okay. This dude is wild. 7.6 billion kill points. He fought a KvK1, fought part of a KvK2, came back to us to fight KvK2 again after he was in the middle of it, and he's been our best performer, especially with the rallies and garrisons. Just crazy what this guy's been able to do, and it's been crazy. And so from there, let's look at the stats and let's look at what happened in this KvK, because it's pretty nuts if you think about it. It's pretty nuts if you think about what we did and how we held and all the different things here. So here's your top contributors in the KvK, right? And so with that, you know, we're in a situation to where at the very top, Wabi and Enzo. Man, Enzo is so crazy. He's so good. 3.6 billion kill points. He had 6.5 million deads. I was second in the KvK with 1.6, and we just cooked this thing and just ran it down. I still got a ton of speed up left. Fuzzy, who... oh gosh, who is this? This Matt Achilles was in third place. We also had Ryan, of course, you guys saw. Of course, most of his kill points came in rallies and garrisons. It was nuts. Then we had Loki and Barney and CBK. Like, this is all of our players. Like the top 5 players are all from 4028. Then you've got some 4030 players in here. And then you got killed. Oh my gosh. With 3 marches, this dude just cooked with 1 billion kill points. So you got killed there. You've got all these other players that really did well. And so with that, it was crazy. It was crazy to see in a KvK2 like this, okay? And so we come down here to the overall stats and we get a detailed look of this, all right? Look at the tier 5 KP gained right here, okay? We had far more than anybody, and let me see. Let me do breakdown, share the camp stats. Is this by camp? Here it is. We had far more than anybody in 4028 because we were fighting 4030 and 4039, the 2 imperiums. So we had far more KP gain than anybody. Okay, obviously we got more KP loss than anybody, but on the tier 5 KP gain, that's what made it crazy. And overall, we matched 4030 on overall KP gain. What? And then of course we've got more deads than anybody. But I don't think these deads are accurate. Maybe they might be off a little bit, but highest performing kingdom in the KvK by far, based off of Pro Kingdoms. You guys know them. Check them out. Force and those guys run that thing. It's amazing. You can check all these stats. 4032, they didn't provide much for the allies they had with the 2 imperiums. We had really good support from 4034, 4026, and 4038 did the best they could with 4027. So that's kind of how this thing broke out. And like I said, guys, tons of fun. Like just a crazy, crazy KvK. We're stuck in here in Zone 6. We're going to make it hard. We took the circles. We helped our allies take their circles. And now we're just kind of holding on for dear life and having a blast doing it. So there's your crazy KvK. And this thing pretty much gonna be over now without really a Kingsland fight. But in K2, there's hardly ever a Kingsland fight. But I tell you what, there's not very many KvK2s that have a 5-day Zone 6 fight where you're seeing this many freaking deads in a KvK2. Holy jeez. But couldn't be more proud of our people. I mean, it's crazy. We were trying to tell our members, like, you guys don't understand. Dom and Enzo, obviously Clyde running it, but Dom, Clyde, Peace, and Evergreen, Letty, Minato, we were all doing the best that we could to plan it out. Ailish did a really good job with Staffer on the territory to plan all this stuff out. Of course, these guys are all our OGs and been in the kingdom for a long time. And then Wabi, Enzo, man, did some war leading, did some micro ball leading, and then all these players that just did so well. We were so impressed with them. It was just crazy to see how all this stuff was working. Proud of everybody. Just insane as they continue to grow their accounts. They just went all in. And so we're going to have a great migration. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to go to KvK3. And now with the new update in the game, okay, where, hold on. They put this in the game. Let's see here. Yes, where we've got Season of Conquest. We're actually going to fight 6 KvKs before we get into KvK 7, before we hit SOC. It's crazy. And so there's more about that because obviously this affects our kingdom, and it's really cool because it's going to keep us, fighting early kingdoms and fighting young kingdoms and not have to go to SOC in KvK4. So it's really, really good, I feel, for kingdoms like ours. And we're going to fire up migration. We're going to bring people in. We had a blast doing it. And so credit to the 4039 and 4030 for winning the KvK or for doing so well. About got us out of this thing, but we're going to keep fighting and keep having fun doing it. And it has been amazing. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, throw a like on here. Helps out the channel, helps out the video, and hope you guys got a little fun and entertainment about this. If you guys want to migrate to 4028 or any of these kingdoms, you can just reach out to them. I'll have a migration Discord link down in the description here for us. It's going to be a ton of fun as we go into KvK3, KvK4. We got a crazy good group that's going to obviously stick together and keep rolling this thing as we play the early game. And with that said, we hope you have a great day, broskies.